with the definition of coaching. Okay, so ito po, I think kasi yung terminology na coaching or coach, i-coach mo yan, mag-coaching kayo or coaching tayo. It's being used loosely or differently right now, pero yung real meaning po talaga ng coaching, yan. So, dun muna tayo sa coach itself, yan. So, it's a person who invests in and interacts with an individual, partnership, or a team. So that means hindi lang siya one-on-one, pwede siyang as a team. So I heard earlier na parang meron tayong ganon. For the primary purpose of stimulating, motivating, and facilitating the growth, development, and performance of the individual, partner, or the team. So let's focus on yung keyword na stimulate, motivate, and facilitate. Alright? So hindi natin i-dictate sa kanila, but we will just parang draw it out from the people, okay, that we are trying to coach if tayo yung coach. Alright? So yung coaching na yan kasi it's a process of relationship building and setting goals, right? I've mentioned earlier, di ba, meron tayong dun sa credential ko, I'm a certified coach, okay? So pwede po akong mag-coach kahit na hindi ko alam specifically yung work nila kasi nga, when it comes to coaching, it's more on me discovering or asking questions lang, okay? So dapat when it comes to coaching, ang mode natin is curious lang tayo. Yan. Tapos magtatanong tayo ng question na basically yung question na yun, marirealize, magkakaroon ng self-realization yung person na kina-coach natin. Kasi adults naman yan, diba? And they went through education, diba? Training, experiences nila. And they should be able to parang think for themselves. Yan. Kasi mas maganda yon kapag yung solution nanggaling or yung idea, di ba, or yung recommendation nanggaling mismo sa kanila. Kasi that means yung buy-in nasa kanila. Pala, ganun pala. No? So parang alam naman nila, kailangan lang natin siyang i-draw from them. So basically, that is coaching. Okay? So coaching is really just facilitating, asking questions para magkaroon ng self-realization yung person. And the coaching certification that I went through, yun, bawal kaming puro questions lang. Hindi kami pwedeng magbigay ng input or direction kasi that's what we were like trained or being able, yung parang yung discipline na yun, na to be able to just ask questions, tas yung other person yung dapat makarealize. Okay? While yung mentoring naman po, yan, ito naman, ayan, ito yung portion na I think most of us are doing. Akala natin nag-coach tayo, pero yun pala, mas marami sa atin, mentoring yung ginagawa, okay? So, mentoring is the act of guiding, counseling, and supporting, alright? So, meaning, meron tayong binibigay na information or experience natin na, ito yung magandang gawin dyan kasi na-experience ko na yan, di ba? Yan, or nisi-share natin kung ano yung mga napagdaanan na natin, yan. So, si mentoring daw, it's more voluntary in nature and less formal than coaching. Ayan. Si coaching kasi parang medyo dapat may structure siya, mas formal siya, while si mentoring parang usually yan, parang tinuturuan mo lang, di ba? Yung meron nga ako narinig kanina, parang nagbibigay lang sila ng example, yun parang walking the talk, diba? And they're just showing yung kung paano yung sa actions nila and hopefully makakopy nila, diba? So the mentor and the protege endeavor on a broad development goal. So medyo mas malawak yung scope ng mentoring while yung coaching kasi supposedly specific siya. Okay? So again, try nating tabulate kung ano yung differences niya. So, si coach daw po has some great questions for your answers. Okay? While si mentor has some great answers for your question. So, if ang hat nyo ngayon is as a coach, yun yung goal nyo sa conversation nyo, dapat kanya parang si Sir Daday at nagsabi nun minsan na sway siya sa different direction, di ba? Pero ang goal na, for example, coming in the conversation, coaching, right? Dapat pipigilan po natin yung sarili natin na sagutin yung mga problema nila or yung mga tanong nila. Yun, magtatanong tayo ng more questions para lang ma-stimulate or ma-facilitate yung thinking process nila. Kasi ayaw naman natin na nagsuspoon feed tayo, di ba? Tayo rin yung mag-frustrate nun as leaders. Bakit ganito ba to? Lahat na lang. Parang kailangan, spoon feed ko sa kanila, ipigay ko sa kanila yung sagot. Hindi na sila nag-iisip on their own, di ba? At hindi rin nakakabuti yun dun sa mga team members natin or direct reports natin. Kasi later on, akala nyo po parang tinutulungan nyo sila, pero later on, parang ma-feel nila na parang paulit-ulit na lang yung ginagawa ko, parang wala silang self-worth or satisfaction na nare-receive. While si mentoring naman, ito, usually, ang mentor kasi, may experience siya, di ba? More tenured. Kaya kanina, di ba, sabi ko, pwede natin i-tap yung mga tenured team members natin or coworkers natin to be a mentor kasi they can actually share yung mga answers based dun sa experiences nila na baka wala sa SOPs, di ba? Yung paralagang natutunan lang nila based on trial and error, specifically sa mga processes. Yan. Si coach, ayan, sabi nga dito, usually may special training ang mga coach, right? In any field, para mag-guide nila yung people in any field. So for example, kahit sa different roles and function, yan, pwede mag-coach. May mga narinig na po ba kayo na yung mga profession na executive coaches sila? So meaning, yun yung talaga ginagawa nila, di ba? For a living, na nagko-coach sila ng mga iba-ibang leaders, ng mga iba-ibang executives, pero it doesn't mean na alam nila kung ano yung industry or yung ginagawa nila, yung trabaho nila, di ba? Kasi nga, the coaches are trained yun or certified specifically para to be able to facilitate the conversation. Yan. Well, si mentor, hindi naman kailangan ng formal training, pero I would say na I would tweak this a little bit. Walang formal training, pero experience. Yan. Diba? Experience yung kailangan. Kasi paano ka makakapag-share ng knowledge mo kung hindi mo pa siya na-experience or pwedeng narinig mo rin siya, diba? Tapos na-try mo, it worked. Yan. So parang narinig mo na totoo naman pala siya, diba? Yun. So that's what you can actually share. Yan. And then a coach is someone who provides guidance to a client. So that's why nakalagay siya client. Kasi nga sabi ko nga sa inyo, may mga professional coaches na ito talagang ginagawa nila. May mga clients sila on their goals and helps them reach their full potential. It says full potential kasi i-draw out mo lang yun. Diba? Kasi nga hindi mo dapat ipoprovide yung sagot sa kanila if your hat is as a coach. Well, if you're a mentor, di ba, someone who shares your knowledge, right, your skills, your experience to help another person to develop and grow. Mas, bibigyan ko pa po kayo ng more concept on mentoring and coaching. Ayan, so I was able to grab this online. Sa taas po is coaching. It says yung coaching daw is non-directive. So ibig sabihin, hindi tayo yung magbibigay ng direction or instruction, right? But more on asking. A coaching approach is asking instead of telling. Ano yung goal natin? To enhance awareness kasi meron yan, huhugutin lang natin from within na may alam naman yung mga yan, okay? And ito, yung know nothing, I would say na hindi siya totally correct kasi yung coach, 'di ba? Sabi dito, yung coach could know nothing about parang ano yung industry mo or yung process mo, yung pinagdadaanan mo. Pero a coach could be parang familiar with, let's say, yung mga basics, essential skills, 'di ba? When it comes to communication, leadership, ganyan. That's why they got that parang right to be a coach kasi they have experience on drawing out or facilitating the conversation. Pero pwedeng siyang know nothing on the specific industry or process. Kaya parang ang nag-work talaga sa coach is yung talagang curious sila kasi nga they remove muna yung mga alam nila, yung biases nila, 'di ba? Yung mga preconceived notions nila, and they come in the conversation parang with a clear mind and a clean slate na that's why parang ang mood nila, tatanungin nila. Yan. While si mentor naman is more directive. Ito yung we tell if we're a mentor. Yan. We share our experiences, we advise and guide. And if you're a mentor, yun nga, dahil nga may knowledge and experiences na kailangan, but you know a lot about the subject matter or yung topic. Yan. That's why people are looking up to you to be mentored by them. Okay? Meron tayong goals which means yung mga performance KPIs natin or targets natin. Okay? But at the same time, dapat meron din tayong goal kapag magsiset up tayo ng conversation sa team natin or one-on-one. Okay? Dapat alam nyo, ba't ba kayo nagpatawag ng meeting? Alright? Di ba dinidread nyo rin yun na parang kapag pupunta kayo ng meeting tapos hindi nyo alam, itong meeting na to, ba't ba ako pinatawag ni Sir Reg? Siya naman, papagalitan na naman ba niya ako? Ganyan, di ba? So, ano to, parang yawan na naman niya ako. Ito, lagi na lang to si Sir Nat. Kapag tinatawag ako nito, parang laging pagalit. Eh, diba? Ayaw natin maging principal's office tayo. So, dapat mabalance natin yun, di ba? Na we talk to our team members, we spend time with them on a regular basis, consistently yan siya, na expected na nila na pwedeng monthly, kung maa-afford po natin, ang ideal po talaga is once a month, meron tayong one-on-one time with our team members. The most po, maximum, kapag hindi natin afford yung once a month, pwede po tayong mag-schedule on a quarterly basis. Once a quarter, dapat meron kayong one-on-one time with your direct reports because you have to get to know them individually para maiwasan natin ng mga quiet quitting, hindi natin alam kung ano na nangyayari pala sa kanila, personally or professionally, pinagdadaanan nila sa personal life nila or sa work life nila, di ba? Hindi tayo magugulat na may mga plano na pala sila sa buhay nila and how we can support them, di ba? Pwede tayong, sabi nga, succession planning. Yung succession planning, hindi lang kapalit mo but also backup for people, lalo na kapag yung tao pala na yung may mga plano sa buhay na hindi nyo alam, inaasahan nyo, di ba? Yung mga critical personnel nyo or people nyo. So, dapat alam nyo kung ano nangyayari sa kanila. So, again, I would repeat it, ideal, once a month, one-on-one, or if you cannot do once a month, let's do quarterly at least. Pero, in between nun, di ba, meron naman kayong mga team meetings. So, I still support that. Yung sinabi niyo po talaga and encourage that na meron kayong team meetings. Pero dapat hindi lang laging team meetings. Okay? Dapat meron kayong one-on-one time with your direct reports. Okay? So, sa direct reports naman po, kaya dapat very clear yung org chart nyo, yung hierarchy nyo na kung meron kayong middle manager, and middle manager should also be able to spend one-on-one time kasi hindi nyo naman makakaya. Kung may mga 100 kayo, 30, right, 50, and I suppose meron kayong mga middle managers or leaders, mga team leads nyo po. All right. So, with the help of everyone, we were able to define kung ano yung meaning ng SMART, which is SMART goals. So just going through like the different definitions that I have here with me. So specific, the goal must be clear daw. It should not be a general statement like be better at sales or be more organized. Dapat ano ba yung definition? How do you define better at sales or being more organized? Measurable, some form of measurement, right? Easily verifiable to the goal, like usually what works would be numerical value percentages. Attainable, make sure the goal is not too much at one time to complete, and it should be relevant. That means align with your values and your objectives, right? So usually yung relevance din, dapat ano ba yung goal ng organization, right? So dapat for the person or the role to be relevant as well, dapat whatever it is that the person or the individual is trying to achieve would align to the overall organizational goals. And then time bound, set a time limit or time frame. Do not allow your employees go to wander aimlessly. Okay? Sa time bound po, hindi natin dapat siya ina-adjust. Okay? So kung ano yung napag-agrihan in the first place, then we should do our best to stick to that. Later on, I will introduce like a definition on the evaluation later. Pero as much as possible, dapat the time frame that we have already agreed na pag-aralan siya. Okay, it was well thought of, and as much as possible, unless there are extraordinary events, we don't adjust it or move it. Kasi mangyayari, nakita ko na yan na parang laging adjust ng time frame or ng due date, diba? Then magiging lax na talaga tayo, diba, as a team, dahil we know na pwede naman palang i-adjust. Okay. Next, ito naman, another definition, right? So specific, measurable, actionable naman siya. Yan. And then since hindi na attainable yung E natin, we have the realistic on the R, and then time bound as well. Okay. Another one, ito may mga example siya. So for specific, set real numbers with real deadlines instead of saying I just want more. Measurable, it's trackable, like you can input it in a spreadsheet or dashboard, right? Do not hide from buzzwords, diba? And then attainable, work towards a goal that is challenging, okay? Challenging enough, sabi nga kanina, but of course, possible. Hindi naman natin isa-set yung goal na try to take over the world in one night, right? Realistic, be honest with yourself. You know what you and your team are capable of, but as well as it could be stretched too, right? Yan. And then give yourself a deadline. Don't keep pushing towards a goal you might hit someday. Right. Si SMART po, actually, nag-evolve na siya. Okay? It became smarter. Yan. So ito yung gusto kong i-introduce sa inyo. Maybe some of you have not heard of it na si SMART ay smarter na. Okay? So andun pa rin tayo sa specific, measurable. Ito yung shinare ko sa inyo na A could be ambitious, right? So R is relevant and aligned, right? And then T, time-bound and transparent. Ano yung additional ER to make it better, right? Or smarter. So si E is evaluate. So goals should be evaluated or must be evaluated from time to time to monitor progress. Diba na-mention na nga yan. Prioritization, sometimes kasi like in the middle of the year, there might be changes with the direction, right? Or strategies, right? And we have to discuss challenges, roadblocks, and be able to provide feedback and guidance and flexibly adapt to different circumstances. It could be the market, right? It could be, let's say, a global phenomenon, just like the pandemic, right? So we should be able to evaluate it as well in the middle of the year and see if it's still relevant. Going back to yung ano natin, yung means, yung definition ng SMART or yung SMART natin. And do not forget yung R, ito, recognize and reward. We have to celebrate the efforts. Yan, yung mga milestone wins and collaboration. That's why we don't just do goal setting and reviews of goals, yung SMART goals natin, once a year. As much as possible, if we can do it once a month or quarterly, right? For us to be able to track the different milestones, yung efforts, right? And be able to adjust pa yung strategy. Yun, going back to the evaluate, diba? If things are not working, what can we change? Kasi nga sabi nga, diba? If you do things over and over again and say expecting a different result, then that's actually craziness, okay? Yeah, and next, also, don't forget to reward significant achievements and successful goal attainment, right? It could be a simple, parang citation, right, to everyone, yun, kahit man certificate, maybe a virtual, di ba, certificate. And if you have a reward recognition program, then that is actually even better. So that is how you can make your SMART goals smarter with the evaluate and not forgetting to recognize and reward.